the youngest ever goal scorer at a World Cup, 19-year-old Kylian Mbappe.
Kylian Mbappe. He's the king at PSG and the man who won a World Cup with France at just 19 years old. Kylian Mbappe is one of the best players in the world right now and the natural successor to greats like Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Sure, fans around the world love Mbappe, but he's got a reputation for being spoiled, as well as having a massive ego, and this has caused him to pick up a few enemies. And it's not just rivals. Some of his own teammates have hated Mbappe. Be sure to stick around until the end for the most shocking example of a player hating Mbappe, because what he did will blow your mind. It's time to look at 8 players who hate Mbappe. Lionel Messi. Let's start with the GOAT. Leo Messi is the best player to ever play the game. He's a player that Kylian Mbappe can only dream of emulating. 7 Ballon d'Or awards tells you everything you need to know about the skillful Argentinian. When Messi signed for PSG, he walked into a club where Kylian Mbappe expected to be the main man. After all, Mbappe almost left for Real Madrid the summer after Leo's first season, only for PSG to keep hold of him by offering him an insane contract that gave him a huge pay rise and power of transfer and managerial decisions too. When Messi left for Inter Miami, he admitted he hated his time in Paris because of the lack of respect from the owners, the fans, and the power dynamics at the club. He felt like he wasn't appreciated. It was clear to Messi, after being the main man at Barcelona for over a decade, he was now second to Mbappe and felt like the young French superstar wasn't respectful. Messi and Neymar managed to recreate their chemistry on the pitch, and Mbappe felt frustrated by the big two personalities. They didn't work well as teammates, but the rivalry was clear, especially when France played Argentina in the World Cup final in Qatar. During that game, everything was riding on Messi and Mbappe for their nations, and the two players were seen giving each other the side-eye glare after their rival scored. Mbappe and Messi also celebrated their goals close to the other, making sure they could rub it in. But maybe there's one other reason Messi doesn't like Mbappe, and that's because Mbappe is definitely Team Ronaldo. He had posters of Cristiano on his walls growing up. Sergio Ramos. Spain and Real legend Sergio Ramos is not a player to be messed with. You don't want to see those crazy eyes turn on you when he gets the red mist. Ramos has a code of honour, and even when it comes to a one-time rival like Lionel Messi, Ramos is hugely respectful. When the pair became teammates at PSG, Ramos was clearly honoured to play alongside Messi, and the respect was mutual. But in steps Mbappe, who is probably too selfish to think about the legacy of other players, even his own teammates. During one particular game, Mbappe was seen bumping shoulders with Messi and rudely barging past him. This was caught on camera, but so was the reaction of Ramos, who gave Mbappe a few strong words. Even if Mbappe thinks he's Mr. PSG and everyone should bow to him, Ramos told him otherwise. Ramos has also been seen giving Mbappe a telling off during training too. It doesn't matter who you are, you have to be respectful, and Ramos needed to remind Mbappe of this. Like what you're seeing so far? Give us a like, whack that subscribe button and drop us a comment below. Emiliano Martinez. Emiliano Martinez, affectionately known as Debu by his Argentina teammates, is probably the best goalkeeper in the world right now. Hell, he got awarded the Golden Glove Award at the World Cup and did a rude dance with it to celebrate Argentina's glory. Messi loves Martinez and obviously hates Mbappe, so it goes without saying that Mbappe and his arrogance became a target of fun after Argentina beat France in the World Cup final. Even though Mbappe scored a hat-trick, it was Messi and Martinez who pulled Argentina to victory, and they made sure to rub it in Mbappe's face. Whilst celebrating on an open-top bus, Martinez was carrying a doll with a picture of Mbappe's face stuck on it. He was having a great time teasing Mbappe. Martinez has become known for his antics and winding up opponents, so it's clear that Mbappe doesn't have fond feelings for Martinez, calling out his celebrations as being disrespectful. But hey, Mbappe should ask Ramos and Messi about respect. Neymar. Before Messi joined the PSG bandwagon, it was Neymar who left Barcelona to join the Paris club. He made headlines with his mega money, $200 million transfer. Alongside a gargantuan paycheck, Neymar was going to bring a huge international appeal, considering he is one of the most marketable footballers on the planet. At first, things seemed to be good between Neymar and Mbappe. Even though it's clear Mbappe struggles to share the spotlight, he always wants to be the centre of attention, and on the pitch he took every opportunity to stay ahead of Neymar, making sure he scored more goals. Things got frosty between the two players when they argued over a penalty kick in a game against Montpellier. Neymar has always been Brazil's penalty taker, and once Messi left Barcelona, took up that job too. He'd won the penalty himself and expected to take it, until Mbappe insisted on taking it. Now they were arguing on the pitch. Mbappe had already taken one and missed it, but this power play was incredible to see. Mbappe was convinced to back down and Neymar scored the penalty, but that soured their relationship. Neymar didn't feel respected by Mbappe or appreciated how much weight he has at the club. So it's no surprise that in the summer of 2023, Neymar and Messi both left PSG without too many nice things to say about their time there. For Mbappe though, he now has the spotlight to himself. Wayne Rooney. Sure, some teammates and bitter rivals have called out Mbappe's behaviour, but what about a more outside observer? Manchester United legend Wayne Rooney knows what it takes to be a baller, but he also played under Sir Alex Ferguson and alongside some pretty tough senior players. He knew how to be respectful. Rooney isn't shy about expressing his opinions on some of the best players in the game, even calling out Ronaldo's behaviour after that notorious Piers Morgan interview. Speaking about the incident when Mbappe barged rudely past Leo Messi, Rooney called Mbappe out. He's got to show more respect to the senior players. He's 23, but he should also remember that when Messi was 23, he had 4 Ballon d'Ors already. Mbappe getting roasted from all fronts, and probably for good reason, but just wait till you hear the lengths one hater went to in order to get back at Mbappe. But before that, Olivier Giroud. Mbappe loves to play with Olivier Giroud. Why? It's simple. Mbappe loves that Giroud does a lot of the tough physical work and keeps defenders occupied during games. Giroud is a workhorse, and it was no surprise that he was a key figure for France at the World Cup, despite being well into his 30s. His work makes life easier for Mbappe and opens space for the speedy frontman, so Mbappe must return the favour, right? Well, no. It turns out that as much as Mbappe likes to play with Giroud, Olivier admitted that Mbappe can be selfish and frustrating to play with. At the 2020 Euros, France didn't have the best time, and in a game with Bulgaria, Giroud got into a lot of great positions where he could have scored. But Mbappe missed every opportunity to pass the ball to Giroud and was selfish. In the press conference after, Giroud found it difficult to hide his disappointment with his teammate. Mbappe then wasn't happy that Giroud spoke out about him, and they've had a difficult relationship since. Gerard Piqué. Big Gerard Piqué is a great defender and a Barca legend. Like a lot of the great players of his generation, he was raised to be professional and respectful of his teammates and opponents. Piqué doesn't like show ponies either. He has bad blood with Ronaldo, accusing him of diving and looking for unfair advantages during their big rivalry when Ronaldo played for Real Madrid. Piqué definitely isn't shy about sharing his feelings about players he doesn't like, and Mbappe drew anger from Piqué. PSG played Barcelona in the Champions League. Despite Barcelona's legendary status in Europe, the mega money spenders PSG smashed Barcelona 4-1 at the Nou Camp. It was a humiliating day, and Mbappe scored a hat-trick and embarrassed the Barca defenders. But he didn't win with humility and taunted several Barcelona players, including Jordi Alba, who reacted and squared up to Mbappe, giving him a few choice words. Mbappe doesn't like being called out. He threatened Alba and told him he'd kill him in the streets. Piqué overheard, and Piqué, well, he's a big unit. Don't mess with this guy. He stepped in and Mbappe soon left, but after the game Piqué said Mbappe needed to be more gracious when winning. Last but not least, Paul Pogba. When it comes to egos, Paul Pogba takes some beating. Maybe Zlatan would argue he's the king, but Pogba has always thought he was the big dog at whatever club he plays for. There was a time that he was also seen as the great hope of the France national team to help push them back into becoming winners. Although Pogba was instrumental in Les Bleus winning the 2018 World Cup, he also had a problem called Kylian Mbappe. Pogba has seen his poster boy status being swallowed up and overtaken by the rise of Mbappe. Now France is all about Kylian and Pogba is yesterday's man, which hurts someone with that much of an ego. So what was Pogba's response? He decided to take drastic action. He hired a witch doctor to try and curse Kylian. That's insane, right? I mean, if France are playing in a final and Mbappe's legs fall off, that might hurt their chances. What do you think of Pogba's decision? Maybe a little bit too much. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a like, subscribe and fire us a comment below.